Hi, everyone. So, I'd like to do an energy check for the weekend. So, my intention for this reading is to just check our energy for the next 72 hours from whenever you're watching this. I have three tarot decks, two for clarification, and then we'll wrap up the reading with some big picture oracle cards and we'll take a look at your chakras too. So, but first, I'd like to roll a planet dice just to see if we can get some more information about what planet we should be working with. I do feel that this is a highly intuitive time and your manifestations are coming in. So I'd like to see more about that. So we have the South Node. So the South Node is an interesting one because when you're in your South Node, usually it means you're going the wrong way. You're in your comfort zone, you're probably not growing. So there may be something here that you need to remember about your past that you have to learn from. So that's what I have so far with the South Node. But let's see what the tarot wants to tell us. For the next 72 hours or for the weekend ahead. So we're starting with the sun, which I'm going to flip upside down just to meet the YouTube guidelines. So, but that's a great way to start with the sun. Then we have the 10 of Wands, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Underneath, there's the Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, Two of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So underneath everything, we have the High Priestess. And when I see the High Priestess underneath everything, this is a very clear indication to me to trust yourself, trust your instincts. If there's someone that you need to set a boundary with, because I'm seeing some difficult cards here, I'm seeing a Five of Wands, I'm seeing a Nine of Swords. If you're dealing with a difficult energy right now, it might be time to learn to set boundaries, learn to say no. Generally, as a society, we have trouble saying no. And so I do feel that this would be a good time for you to do that in case you are deceiving yourself in some ways, in case you are ignoring the illusions that are being created around you, in case there are secrets around you. I'm really getting the sense with this High Priestess under here that this is a time to really dig deep into your intuition and not to ignore the signs. So, but let's go through these cards one by one and see what's going on here. So we're starting out with the Sun and the Nine of Swords. So what this is telling me is that you're coming into this weekend. Your current energy is one of that you're starting to become enlightened with this Sun card about what it is that's bothering you, what it is that you're perhaps clinging to that you no longer need. That it's dawning on you that this is time to do some emotional healing, that you can't stay in this Nine of Swords energy forever. So whatever it is that's been stressing you out, whatever it is that's been keeping you awake at night or making your heart race or having you pace the floors at night, make it make sense for you. But whatever that is, it's dawning on you that it's time to let that go. That's what the Sun over the Nine of Swords really tells me, is that you are now understanding that enough is enough. This is not a sustainable energy. So I love that the sun is shining directly on that energy so you can see it more clearly. And I think that's why the High Priestess was hiding under here too, to say really trust your intuition, really trust your instincts when it comes to this situation, because your third eye is trying to really tell you what's going on here with the sun and the enlightenment. So you're being asked to focus on whatever your responsibilities are, whatever your commitments are, whatever your challenges are, whatever promises you've made, to really focus on that, because it feels like you have a lot going on in your energy right now. But it does feel like with this Three of Wands that you're anticipating even more responsibilities coming in. So, whatever that is for you, it feels like these are related, that whatever this is that's stressing you out has to do with the amount of responsibilities that are overwhelming you, that look like they're breaking your back, and you know that's not even the end of the road. There's more coming in. So, for example, if you're dealing with, let's say, a toxic boss, this is a boss who stresses you out so much that you're losing sleep at night, but they keep piling work on you that you know you're never going to be able to catch up on. If this is a love interest, which it looks like it could be with the Two of Cups here, this is saying this is someone who's really stressing you out. Perhaps you're doing more of the share of the relationship than needs be, that maybe you are allowing them certain freedoms and you're taking on the responsibilities. If you're co-parenting, for example, make it make sense for you. But I'm trying to paint a picture of what this looks like. You're stressed because of all the burdens and you know there's no end in sight. So you're really being asked to focus on that right now and to really almost get silent with this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a time to pause and reflect and think about what the future looks like. And I think that this is a good time for you to really just be quiet in your own mind and think about what that future looks like for you. That's what it looks like you're being asked to focus on. Because in your challenge is this Two of Cups. So there is a person here who's also showing up as a Knight of Pentacles. This is the same person. There's someone in your energy who is really being a huge challenge for you right now. And this is probably the person that you need to enable those boundaries with that I was picking up on from the beginning. It could be a love interest, probably someone you love, whether this is a family member or a lover or a friend. Make it make sense for you. But your challenge is, it looks to me like with this King of Pentacles that you're taking care of this person, perhaps in financial ways. Certainly you're stabilizing them, you're giving them some kind of a security, but you're not getting that back. You're not giving and receiving on the same level. It feels like you're doing all of the giving and they're doing all of the receiving, is what I'm getting from that. That you could be financially supporting this person. And if it's not a financial support, then it's an emotional support. It's providing a roof over their head. Whatever it is, make it make sense for you. But it does feel like you're being challenged to really look at that, to see how much am I giving this person and how much are they taking? And so this Queen of Swords is giving that same energy, that this is time for you to put up a boundary, to put that sword up and really draw a boundary between what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept anymore. And that whatever this had been going on, perhaps in the darkness, because we're starting with the sun, you may have been giving and giving and giving to this person without really seeing that you were doing that or being enlightened about it. But with the sun showing up here for the weekend energy, it feels like it's really starting to dawn on you what you've been experiencing with this person. And you're seeing it much more clearly now that this is not sustainable anymore for you to just take care of this person. So your person is showing up as a Knight of Pentacles here, which the Knight of Pentacles can be a reliable energy, but the Knight of Pentacles can also sometimes be a bad investment because they get stuck easily. They get caught up in their thoughts. They are a perfectionist. They want everything to be perfect. So sometimes they just don't move at all. And so that's why sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can be a bad investment. So it looks like you're being asked to really look at what you've done for this person versus what they've done for you. And I can see that because the Six of Pentacles is here telling me that you've been extremely generous with this person and making sure that they have all of their needs met, but you're being met still with resistance from this person. It's like they just don't get it. They don't get what they have or had with you, and they're just perhaps taking advantage of that entire situation. So this does give a feeling that there's a need to separate. There's a need to put some space here, that this person is really creating a blockage for you. I'm seeing 9 of Swords. I'm seeing 5 of Wands, all in their energy. So this does feel like, especially with your 10 of Wands and the Queen of Swords here, this is saying to put an end to you doing all the work. And with all these pentacles that you've been giving, it's time to really draw back your resources and your energy from this person and stop giving so freely, is what this is really telling me. But let's get some clarifiers. So the Three of Wands and the Ten of Swords just flipped over. So this is more energy of you look at your future in this situation. Really pause and see what the future looks like with this person, because what these cards are telling me is that the future is going to be 10 swords, that you're going from these 9 swords to these 10 swords, and that this is more confirmation from my cards that you are going to put an end to this situation, or the situation is going to end one way or another. I think whether you put the end to it or not. But this is suggesting it's definitely time to at least draw a boundary if you're not putting an end to it. So let's see. With the Sun and the Nine of Swords, we have that 10 of Swords wanted to come back out, which they always do, and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is very clearly telling me that this ending that's imminent, right? You've got these 9 swords, and we already said that's not sustainable. And this is just saying to really work on yourself and work towards whatever it is that's stopping you from putting up a boundary with this person. And again, I remember saying that it's difficult to say no. As a society, we tend to not say no. We either make excuses or we do things we don't really want to do, but we do it anyway because we were never taught to say no. And I think that's what this 8 of Pentacles is saying, just to work on whatever aspects of you that you feel like you're trying to deceive yourself and saying, well, this person's not that bad, so I'll just stay here. That's the work that the universe wants you to do, that self-mastery to say, hold on, this person is not good for me, but I need to draw a boundary and I need to say no, and to really not deceive myself anymore, which is why the High Priestess was hiding underneath the deck. So with the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles and the Star, which I'm going to flip over. So this again is saying, look at your future. This 3 of Wands is saying, okay, you're carrying all this weight. You're carrying all these responsibilities for someone else. What does your future look like? There's 2 different ways your future can turn out, with the 5 of Pentacles or the Star. The 5 of Pentacles future is one where you are penniless and you've given all you can give and your health is bad and you've worn yourself out on an energetic level. That's what the 5 of Pentacles represents. The Star represents healing and understanding how to say no and setting boundaries and doing the soul healing. So this is really saying you can continue down this road, but you're going to end up with the 5 of Pentacles, or you can rewrite your future and end up being very healed. And that starts with setting boundaries and learning to say no. So your challenge is this, you taking care of this other person as the King of Pentacles. And that's being clarified by the World and the 8 of Swords. This is very clear that it's time to wrap this up. The World card is here saying you learned the lesson. You learned your lesson. It's time to set these boundaries. But you're holding yourself back. And let me explain what I'm getting here, because I'm getting a lot. You're holding yourself back out of fear of hurting this other person. You know that you want out. It's very clear. You're in a very tight situation here with these 8 swords. You know you want out, but you're staying because you feel like you're doing this other person a favor, or you would be letting them down somehow. You'd be hurting them somehow. But you have to understand how the universe positions other people in our lives. And it's to teach each other lessons. So if you're giving to this person, but you're now realizing your own self-value, that was your lesson. Their lesson is to understand what they had when they had it and not after you cut them off. And actually, that's for their own good. That's good for them because it helps their self-growth. So if you continue to take care of this person, you are not helping their self-growth that the universe is trying to do. You are actually getting in the way of what the universe is trying to do the longer you hold on to that person. So if that helps you to understand the perspective a bit more and put an end to this cycle and set your boundaries and stop being so generous, then maybe that's for someone. Maybe that will help someone. So the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, are being clarified by the sun again. So we have the sun coming out here again. And there's that Five of Pentacles again. We have the Five of Pentacles showing up here twice. This is that enlightenment. This is you. The Queen of Swords rises above the clouds. She's sitting above the clouds. So she rises above that doubt, above the illusion. She's very good at using her discernment, using her intuition. I refer to her as my human lie detector, because you're really seeing through all the smoke screens that were put in your way by this person. You're really seeing it with the sun too. You've got the Queen of Swords and the sun illuminating just exactly what kind of state this person is putting you in. This Five of Pentacles, this person who is very stuck, can't move in their energy, and perhaps even playing the victim, being in this victim mentality of, if you stop taking care of me, I'm going to be homeless type of feeling or energy, or even they could be directly saying things like that, which are causing you to be in this Eight of Swords energy that you can't let them go. But again, you're impeding what the universe is trying to teach them by not letting them go. So then finally, with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. This is you taking very swift action with this Knight of Wands. You're taking swift action towards your future, which is what we've been talking about, by releasing this energy. The Knight of Wands is one of the best cards in the deck to face a Five of Wands. The Knight of Wands can do a Five of Wands in his sleep. So this is you saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this conflict anymore. I'm not dealing with the fact that I give you everything I possibly can, but you're still meeting me with resistance. You're still not appreciating my value. I'm done with that. So I'm going to go make my own 10 pentacles. You're going from 8 pentacles here to 10 pentacles there. And you are doing that because you recognized your self-value, you set your boundaries, you stopped being so generous, and you released this person, which is exactly what the universe wants you to do. So let's get a few big picture oracle cards just to wrap this up. But it does look like by the end of the weekend, you're really going to be seeing this person for who they really are, that you're rising above these lies. And it does look like it's happening within the next 72 hours. So there is the broken mirror, the man, and the road. So this is very clear. Oh, and then we have the stars underneath, and the stars is your spiritual GPS. This is your guidance from your guides. So it does feel like we're on the right track here because there is a person here. The man card showed up, but it doesn't matter. This just represents another person in your life that you're not seeing correctly with this broken mirror. That's a card of not seeing things correctly, which is what we said, that you're seeing them as a victim because they're trying to make you feel that way. But the road is here saying, no, you have choices. You can either stay in this Five of Pentacles victim mentality where you have to take care of this person and break your back while doing so, or you can choose your healing and to not put up with this, stand up for it, set your boundaries, say no, and get your 10 pentacles. This is very clear what the big picture oracle cards are saying. So let's wrap this up with one chakra card because I would like to see the health of your auric energy, because Reiki is what I do. So your solar plexus does not look like it's in the greatest health, in the sense that it looks like you need to add more light to your solar plexus. This evasive is reminding me that you are not confronting this situation head on. You are being evasive with this person in the sense that your confidence is not allowing you to release them. Your confidence is saying, but they still need me. I would be hurting them. I'm not allowed to say no. I'm not allowed to set a boundary. That's when your solar plexus looks more like pea soup instead of the bright yellow color of the sun that we would like to see. So if you're interested in a free Reiki healing for your solar plexus to allow a little more light in there, I'm going to link one in the description and in the pinned comment. That is yours. You can keep it. It's yours. You can listen to it anytime you want, and it will really help your solar plexus. But also in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, there's a whole section on the solar plexus. So if we just flip to a page right now. So here's a page that deals specifically with the solar plexus chakra. And the exercise for this day says, if you can goof off all day today, do it. Otherwise, just take lots of breaks today. And I think that's a really interesting page that we flip to for a couple of reasons. Because one, taking a lot of breaks or just having a mental health day and taking the day off to do all the things you love is very good for your solar plexus because it reminds the energy in your solar plexus that you put value on yourself and you put value on the things that make you happy. So whatever it is that you do on a goof off day, if you just sit on the couch and eat popcorn and watch movies all day, or if you go for a long jog, whatever it is that makes you supremely happy, you're reminding your self-confidence, your self-worth that what you want to do and what you love to do matters. But the other reason that I think it's interesting we flip to that page is because this 10 of Wands person carrying all these wands, doesn't he look like he needs a break? You need a break. You need a goof off day. So I would say for two reasons, it's really important for you to do that. So if you can, take a day off from all of this responsibility that you've set for yourself. Take a day off even from this person who you're separating from or needing to separate from. Just say, I'm going away for the weekend, whatever it is, make it make sense for you. But there is a need here for you to take this break and to really learn to set a good boundary. But also, if you want that solar plexus healing, look for it in the comments and in the pinned or in the description and the comments. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.